So now let's basically talk about something, more important. Let's talk about the NBA playoffs. The NBA playoffs started this past Monday, and we have seen great games. We have seen games, and we have seen shockers. We have seen a plethora of things. And let me start with the most, I guess, hyped playoff series. The Portland TrailBlazers versus the Los Angeles Lakers. As of today, the Portland TrailBlazers and the Los Angeles Lakers, the series is tied 1-1. Game 1 went to the Portland TrailBlazers, where the Portland TrailBlazers won with a score of 100-93. And Game 2, which was last night, the Lakers won 111-88. My takeaway from Game 1 was basically the fable is true. Basketball is all about runs. The reason why the Portland Trailblazers were able to win Game 1 was because at the end, about the last final 7 minutes of the game, the Portland Trailblazers went on a 16-6 run. Threes from Gary Trent Jr. and Carmelo Anthony. Shout out Carmelo. Had to put that in there. And Dame Dollar. The no shooting from the Lakers. LeBron James had. I'm happy that the media hasn't dwelled on this. LeBron James had a 20, 15 and 15. He had 20 points, 23 points, 17 rebounds, and 16 assists, something like that. I don't know, but it's all irrelevant because he lost. But yeah, the Lakers had no shooting. Danny Green was terrible. KCP 1 point in 29 minutes of play. 0 for 9 shooting. I'm surprised he actually went to the free throw line, to be honest with you, because first of all, that play, not looking at it, that play was not a foul at all. But whatever. Anthony Davis had 28 and 11, but it wasn't enough. Game 2, the Lakers played, the key takeaway of that game, the Lakers just played harder than the Trailblazers. I feel like the Trailblazers, it's like one of those, when the fans when I guess the NBA was playing in front of fans, you would see teams, especially like if they have a 2-1 lead or a not even 2-1 lead, like a 1-1, if they have a 1-0 lead and the players know that they're coming to their home crowd the next playing game, they tend to take their foot off the gas and be like, okay, we lost this game, but it's all right. We're going home. Let's win these 2 home and then come back here and then win, because we already stole a game at their place. That's all you got to do when it comes to playoff series. You just have to steal one game at the team's arena who has the home court advantage, because you theoretically you don't have to win another game there. Theoretically, you don't have to win another game there, because you could go. You win 1 game, you win your 2 games at home, up 3-1. If you lose game 5 on the road, you just come back home and win, and you just protect home court. That's the vibe I was getting from the Portland Trailblazers last night. And mind you, I'm not trying to undermine the performance of the Los Angeles Lakers. They had a great game plan. And to be honest, it wasn't really like anything different from game 1. It's basically run the shooters off the 3-point line, which they did a good job of. Not great job, because a lot of shots that Portland had was a lot of rim outs. Melo had a couple, CJ McCollum had a couple, Dame. I feel like Dame didn't even have his legs in there, and I feel like Portland needs to feature Nurkic more. Have Nurkic not even score, but have Nurkic force the issue inside with Nurkic. Having Nurkic on the inside, like in the post game, I feel like it's gonna put a lot of pressure, because Nurkic, he's a good post player. So putting a lot of pressure on the Lakers' interior defense to guard Nurkic would make it possible for having like shooters like Gary Trent, Melo. I don't know about Dame. Even you could have CJ get good looks. I'm not gonna say wide open looks, but good looks. The Lakers, Shooting. They just need to shoot. They only made 5 3-pointers last game 1, 5 or 31, I believe. They made 10 or 27 in threes. That was at the end of the third quarter, because I didn't really watch the fourth quarter though. But but KCP came up big, had about 16 points. LeBron James only had 10 points. He finished the game with 10 points. I'm gonna tell you guys why that's really important. But first, let me talk about the guy that he's gonna be the key for if the Lakers want to win a championship this season or even the next season. The key for the Lakers to win a championship is not LeBron James cannot be the best player on the court. He cannot be the best player for the Los Angeles Lakers. The best player for the Los Angeles Lakers has to be Anthony Davis. Why is that? Game 1, LeBron had first ever player with a 20, 15, and 15 triple-double in NBA playoff history. First ever player, LeBron James did that. Historic game. Historic night for LeBron James. And what happened? They wasn't eating none of these. They actually went to a restaurant and got a hot L. That's how the Cordy, so it's saying it out of my mouth. Pause. But yeah, they caught a hot L with LeBron's historic triple-double. But last night's game, Anthony Davis, first of all, Anthony Davis, not the Lakers game plan, not LeBron James, but Anthony Davis made it a priority to get most of his buckets inside. This man last game, he'll get the ball at the 3-point line and he'll just shoot it. He'll just try to shoot. But this game, he'll have the ball at the 3-point line and then he forces the issue. He goes inside, gets a layup, he passes it out, he gets back in the post after a switch, gets easy buckets. So in the third quarter, which is the quarter that the Lakers ran away with, he made about 3 threes. Easy threes. It was one of those threes where the net didn't even move. Though he had 2 threes like that. The net didn't even move. For Anthony Davis, for the Lakers to win, and then that game was a blowout by the third quarter. They were up at the end of 3. They were up 30 points. What we need to see from Anthony Davis is him have a monster game such as that. People love to blow out teams in football, basketball, I guess soccer too, hockey, baseball. You love to blow out a team, but especially in professional sports, that everybody in professional sports is good. Everybody in professional sports is good. If you wasn't in professional sports, you wouldn't be able. You wouldn't if you were bad in professional sports. Your team, you'll see blowouts every day. You don't see blowouts every day in professional sports. What I'm getting to is you're not gonna have 30-point outings like that. So now the question is, can Anthony Davis in a close, tight situational ball game, a game such as game 1, he only shot one field goal. He went to the free throw line, 0 for 2 in the free throw line in the fourth quarter. That's the money time. That's the time, especially in the playoffs. That's the time where you make your money. That's the time where you make your legacy. Can Anthony Davis, in a close game, tight situation, be able to say, hey, LeBron, you did your thing, but hey, it's my turn. This is my team. Let me take you home to the promised land. Because you guys want to talk about, LeBron James, year 17, he's doing amazing things and whatnot. LeBron James doing the same thing he's been doing for his whole career. But we, real basketball aficionados, know LeBron James is not the same player that he was even 2 years ago when he led the Cleveland Cavaliers to the NBA Finals. LeBron James needs the help of he needs to take a backseat to Anthony Davis, and I know LeBron knows that. I know LeBron, that's why game 1 he tried his hardest to get Anthony Davis involved. LeBron James, he knows. I don't think Anthony Davis is understanding, but for the Lakers to win a championship, Anthony Davis needs to be the best player on the court for the Lakers, not LeBron James. That needs to be the most consistent thing on the Lakers in a given night, because KCP got 16 points. He hit about 4 threes, 3 threes. We know that's not going to be every day. We know he's not going to do that game 3. He might do that. He might not do that game 3. He might do that game 4. So we all know that he's not consistent with it. Danny Green, he's gone. He's gone. He could get hot. He's gonna get hot one of these games, but for the most part, you can't trust him. The only people you can trust is LeBron James. I like Kyle Kuzma. I could trust Kyle Kuzma. And to remind you guys, in the fourth quarter of the game 1, Kyle Kuzma started to go off, but then I guess Frank Vogel was like, defensively, defensively, the Portland TrailBlazers are trying to come after you, so I can't put you. I can't leave you in the game. But to be honest, a team like Portland and the Lakers did this successfully last night. You just got to run them out the gym. When I say that, you got to shoot them out the gym. You got to score. You got to outscore them. That's what they did. That's how they got their lead. Portland didn't do anything terrible. Like I said, the Lakers played harder. Like when it comes to offensive rebounds, loose balls, all those things. Lakers played harder than Portland last night. But Portland was getting most of the shots that they got game 1, but this time it just wasn't going in. And that happens. That happens in basketball. Not even the NBA. That happens in basketball. You play pickup games. Some days you're in, you're getting hot. Some days you can't make a shot. You can't make a bucket. But overall, the Lakers are doing what they need to do. But Anthony Davis, he's the key to the series. If game 3 goes and Anthony Davis gets at 21 in the first half, and then he just coasts for the rest of the game, and he ends up with let's say 30 and 10. So you got 21 in the first half, and then you only got 9 points in the second half. And also those 9 points. How did he get those 9 points? Was it just free throws? What was it? Just putbacks or whatever? But or did Anthony Davis say to the defense, "You guys are gonna have to guard me"? That's what he did last night. He was like, "You guys have to guard me." Last night, Tuesday they played. Tuesday, he was just shooting, he was just scoring just to score. And the Blazers were like, "Okay, we're gonna give you that." But last night, he said, "This is my game. I'm going to show out." And we've seen this throughout the bubble. First game of the bubble, he did the same thing to the Clippers. Against the Jazz, Rudy Gobert, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, he took it to him. If Anthony Davis keeps taking the game to the defense, the Lakers are unbeatable. They're unbeatable. So now for the Portland TrailBlazers to win Game 3, how can the Portland TrailBlazers win Game 3? If Anthony Davis is on like that in Game 2, it's slim to none. But for the Lakers, for the TrailBlazers to win Game 3, it's simple. You know LeBron's gonna get his. You know AD is gonna get his. Make the others, and I guess I put Kuzma in that situation. Make the others. Kuzma, KCP, Danny Green, Caruso, JaVale, Dwight Howard. Make the Deion Waiters, J.R. Smith. Make the others work. When I say work, shooting threes is cool and all. Shooting threes is cool. It's the new wave. It's the thing in the NBA now. But drive in. Make them work. Make them force them to play defense. Don't force them to just press up and all that stuff. That's okay. That's good and well. You know, you had Danny Green and KCP picking you up 94 feet, Dame and CJ. But drive in a little bit. Get some easy buckets. Get AD. Get JaVale. Get Dwight in foul trouble. Nurkic. Whiteside. Melo. Get those guys in foul trouble, you know? And that's the key to win the game, because if those guys are working hard on defense, offensively, those shots are not going to go in. That's exactly how Game 1 kind of went. They started making them work defensively, and the shots wasn't going in. And also, just make sure Anthony Davis does not see a lot of easy baskets. In other words, do not make him see the ball go in the rim a lot. He's a force There's not a lot you could do to stop him, but he's one of those guys, and it's a scorer's like type of I guess mentality thing. I'm a scorer, so I should know. You just gotta see the ball hit the net once or twice. Once you see that ball hit the net once you see that ball hit the net once or twice, I can't talk today. I don't know why, but once you see that ball hit the net once or twice, you think you could hit it from 40. And the easiest way to see the ball hit the net once or twice is layups, easy layups, easy fast break dunks. Portland, don't let that happen. Do not let that happen.